Welcome to Put a Word on It, a podcast presented by Men of Valor. In each episode, we're going to talk with a different man, but each one with a unique journey from brokenness to freedom. I'm your host, Rudy Kalis. I spent over 40 years as a TV sportscaster, then retired and joined the Men of Valor program as a volunteer, so join the conversation. Reconciling men to God, their families, and society. Welcome to another edition of Put a Word on It, brought to you by Interstate AC. Thank you so much for your wonderful support. Well, Daniel Rumsey walked in the room for our interview. You're going to see Daniel. Well, he likes to be called Bruno, but he actually said it started out being Brutus. All of that will be explanatory. Just look at him. He's only been out a short period of time, but boy, he's already had an impact on us. Do I call you Daniel or Bruno, you said?
Either one. Either one's good.
Let me tell you this. You need to gain a little weight and lift some weights.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good Lord. Have you always been a big guy?
No, I mean, I actually, when I went in prison, in my addiction and stuff in jail, I weighed 190. I was in a bad kind of way, really bad kind of way. And, through, being locked up and stuff and, being delivered, it was all God. I didn't have nothing to do with it, to give me the dedication, determination, and drive to, be able to build myself mentally, physically, and spiritually. And so I end up, doing water bags and calisthenics through county for 3 years, weighing about 215 when I got to prison. When I got to prison, then, I was able to hit the weights, and, I got up to 275, 280, just like it. Yeah.
We talked a little bit. You played some football. You wanted to be quarterback, became a tough running back. Other than that, what kind of kid were you growing up?
Well, I mean, I just, I was really, outgoing. I grew up in a family, really good morals, and, went to church and stuff, and, just grew up, around the sports, with my, the other side of my family, my cousins, Ricky Rice and Bubba Rice, they, really just fell in love with that love for football. But, it's good morals and stuff, going to church, but, I never knew God, I just thought, it was
You knew of him.
Knew of him, that's
You
it.
were acquainted with him, some people say.
That's it. Yeah. And, got to, through school, did fair academically, stayed into the sports, graduated high school, had a scholarship, got my knee hurt, didn't go, went to work right after high school.
How depressing was it to get a scholarship and then get hurt?
It was the most depressing thing ever. Through those 7 weeks, yeah. Mr. Kalis on the sideline, I'd cry like a baby that I couldn't be out there. That was my love. That was it. That was it. That was my true love. And, fell in love in high school, got my heart broken, through that, and just, really bottled so many feelings and emotions, and, went to work, and it was, and, partied, and that's all I did was just, party but the thing with the partying though was, I always saw myself as a leader. I was far from that. Once I started smoking weed and drinking stuff, I never really wanted to do that or be around that crowd, but, the crowd was doing it. So I followed right along, and did it. It took me forever just to even like it. I kept doing it. It took me forever just to like it.
Kind of became a replacement for that athlete that you wanted to be. I can't be that. So you started easing in that
100%.
direction.
Yes, sir. 100%. Yeah. And then, I meet the mother of my son. We're together, she gets pregnant, and we move in the house together, and man, I was just so overwhelmed with anxiety. Here I am, I got a family now and got a son and stuff, and I just didn't really know how to go about being a man, what I mean by that, a true man of God who's supposed to take care of their family. And, I had a good job. I was working DreamWorks Production. I was working, a labor foreman. I even worked in special effects, really good job, but, was consumed with, seeing other women, consumed with, started taking pills, that just knocked that anxiety down. And man, when that door opened, man, it was just, it was truly downhill from there. When the pills started, my life went to, man, it went bad. It went bad real quick. And I fell into addiction of pain pills.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, and that addiction of pain pill, it completely consumed anything good, pure, holy in me. It consumed it completely. And not even the love of my own son could get me out of that addiction. Of course, and I was in addiction 20-something years. And, you know, I would always overcome, you know, I would beat it. And then, you know, it would consume me each and every day. It was like a mental aspect of it. I could not beat it.
Was it a hidden addiction, or did other people know?
I mean, other people know, but, you know, when I was, you know, I could take some pain pill and I could put on any character there was. You know, I could fool anybody, whatever it was. But yeah, as time, you know, time went on down further. Yeah, I mean, I was just completely just
Wasted.
lost and just jumped plumb out.
What led to incarceration?
Stealing, thieving, robbing houses.
Just to do your habit, right?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I was so wrapped up in myself. It's all about me and my addiction. That's it. You know, my feet hit the floor. It's about me getting high, and I didn't care about, you know, nothing else. Like I said, not even loving my son could, you know, get me out of that. And I was consumed by self and just so lost.
You did what, 7 years, you said?
Yes, sir. I got, yes, I went in and man, I was at a point to where, you know, I thought I hit bottom 2, 3, 4 times. Man, I kept digging deeper, finding a bottom that didn't realize there was a bottom down there. And this is what happened, man. It's such a beautiful thing though, but I had to be separated from my loved ones and stuff. I had such a good family. They, you know, I could always go there anytime I got to a point or something and give me handouts or whatever, try to help me once, you know, they shouldn't. They should have just, you know, let me just go and destruct my own self. But, you know, I was put into prison, put into jail, and that addiction right there, man, I suffered so bad to overcome that detox. I mean, I got to like a inch of my life. I just about lost myself mentally. I remember being in the max locked down in 20 something days. I know I didn't sleep for a second, you know, just begging for some help and couldn't get no kind of help, no kind of nothing whatsoever. They just left me max because I already acted out 2 or 3 times, fighting guards, whatever. And, man, I just dropped to my knees and I just, Lord, just please, you know, help me through this. Just, I don't know, you know, if there is a God, just please just, help me through this. Let me get through this. And, but that suffering right there is, I understand the suffering now, you know. I wasn't delivered right then. It was just a process of it. Okay. And I was in county then. Something was different, you know. There was always drugs around in county and stuff like that, but I never took part in it. I never had that, you know, desire to have it right when I got through the sickness. The sickness, it took, you know, a year and a half for my mind to even be right again, to just to think clearly and stuff. So, and then, you know, I get to prison, and that's when I open his word up, and, you know, it's like I have been crucified with Christ. I no longer live, but Christ lives in me. The life I live in body, I live by faith in the Son of God who loved me and gave himself for me.
Look at you.
I truly understood what he did on Calvary's cross for me. You know, I see that unconditional love. I see his patience with all them years he waited on me. And here I was running from him this whole time, something I couldn't run from. And, you know, and it took hold of me.
Well, here you are. You've gotten out. You're here at Men of Valor. You're a new man in life. You know, our program is Put a Word on It. Have you got a word for me? I'm sure you do.
Oh, 100%. You know, it's trust. You know, it said Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and today and forever. In a changing world, we can trust our unchanging Lord. You know, and You know, he says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your understanding, all your ways submit to him. He make your path straight. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and shun evil. You know, I love that. It's the love that I have for God that you know, I want to be obedient to his word. I don't have words to describe. I don't have words to describe the joy that it brings me. It ain't nothing that, you know, our hand can hold or eye can see or the bank can store. You know, the best life comes from the unnatural choices of losing life, denying self, and seeking first his kingdom.
You're unreal. I mean, you're rolling with it. You will never go back. I see it in your life, and you are alive. God bless you for what you've been through and the realization of what you have found, my friend. God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
Well, I love doing the interview with him, and I think about it. And afterwards, I said to him, "Where are you now?" You know, first of all, wasn't that interesting? I mean, he could spout out some scripture. That's so important. I always tell the guys that we deal with in prison, find verses in the Bible that come alive to you. Memorize them so they're down inside here. Boy, they came out 100 miles an hour with him. And you know what else? I asked him, he said, you know what? Ironically, trust. He's reconnecting with the woman that gave birth to his son. Years apart, there was a divorce in the middle. He's a man of God now. She'd given her life to Christ. God works in mysterious ways if you trust him. Thanks for joining us. Join us again next time as we put a word out.